let's do an opening call to London now with Juliana Olainka, my colleague at our London studio. Hello, Juliana. Good morning.
Good morning, Chimese.
Right, there was a lot of drama in the House of Lords last night over Brexit. What's on the radar for today as far as Brexit is concerned?
Well, the dark chaos engulfing Westminster continues, and I've heard from several people that ministers, including Boris Johnson, didn't eat or sleep at all in the past 24 to 48 hours. And some media outlets are calling him this morning the worst prime minister ever. Theresa May comes in at a close second, and that's really because of those two humiliating defeats at the House of Commons yesterday. One is opposition leaders as well as 21 rebels within his own party that voted to stop a no-deal Brexit, essentially making a no-deal exit on October the 31st illegal. And second is him trying to call a snap general election. There had been whispers last week, not even whispers actually. Jeremy Corbyn, the leader of the opposition, said clearly that he would back a general election. But of course, his mind has changed. And until the House of Lords put through that no-deal legislation, there will be unlikely to be a general election backed by the House of Commons, and he needs a majority to do that.
Well, I really don't envy Johnson at the moment. Anyway, the UK government has set out plans to raise spending across all departments, turning the page on austerity. Now, what areas would Chancellor Sajid Javid continue, outlined £13.8 billion of investment? What areas would that be channeled to? And would this really be the end of the austerity he was talking about?
If I heard you correctly, Chimese, we're talking about austerity. And yes, Sajid Javid yesterday, he announced his spending review, kind of overshadowed, of course, by all of the other proceedings. But there are several key areas that the government will be putting their money into. And some of them include the NHS, education, all election big spenders that the opposition say Sajid Javid simply cannot afford. He said yesterday that government borrowing is at an historic low. So therefore, there are several ways that they can try and, cut back from other areas to put in the most important areas of the British economy. But austerity still lingers. Of course, exporting is at an all-time low in the economy. And the figures that we got from Q2 suggest that if it continues in Q3, Britain could be heading into a recession.
Well, thank you, Juliana. We'll leave it at that. I'm sure we'll get more update from you later.